What up, Closing Nation? On the road here. Got good news this morning, but we're gonna let build this audience and do its thing first. Make some morning announcements. If you hadn't already grabbed my book, head over to elevatortothetop.com and you can get my app on your phone by texting the word closer to 44222. It's a beautiful day here in Dallas, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to talk about some shit that's contrary to popular belief in the sales world, but has made me millions of dollars, so I think that I can stand by it and attest to it. How about that? So most people in sales spend their entire career trying to change the minds of people who have no, thank you, Johnny Ringold, for that. For having, they spend their entire sales career trying to change the mind of people who have no interest whatsoever in buying their product. And that's why people get in the sales industry get overweight. They look old prematurely. They get gray hair prematurely. It's because we're stressed out, because it's like our whole entire lives is spent talking to people and we focus on trying to get in front of more people. But really what we need is more qualified people. I'm going to give you my system and the way that's allowed me to I haven't made a cold call since 2005, and I'm going to share this formula with you. And it's, hey, look, you might discredit it. Some of you old sales dogs are going to watch this and you're going to go, this guy's full of shit. You can't run a sales business. I'm fucking telling you, I did it. It can be done, motherfucker, because I did it. Right here. This guy, me, over here. Anybody else in here? Nope. Just fucking me. I did it. So I'm telling you, it can be done. And unless you made $2 million doing whatever the fuck you did last year, I would advise you to pay close attention to what I said here, to what I'm about to say. Well, first of all, this formula is this: I plus D. And you can put the I plus D inside parentheses, then add a plus sign outside of that and start a new set of parentheses. And would be B plus T, and then close the parentheses, and then F next to it equals the ability to close. Now listen, before you can just go asking somebody for business, you have to follow this formula. Y'all wanna know what the formula is? Y'all wanna know what all those letters and shit stand for? Give me a damn like. Give me a like and let me tell you what the stuff stands for and what it means. It's I plus D plus B plus T equals F and the ability to close. Let me hit the like button. Let me get some likes on here, some hearts, some stars, or whatever the fuck they give us on there. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love, everybody. Appreciate the love. Keep them coming. So I and I plus D is interest. If there is no interest, you can't close somebody, right? If they're not interested in what it is that you sell, say somebody comes in the grocery store and they're looking for toilet paper and you're trying to sell them a house. That's just not, there's no interest in them buying a house at that time. They're trying to buy toilet paper. So interest, you've got to build interest. Now, one of the ways to build interest is by doing a little research. I call it social recon. Find out if a motherfucker is interested in what you sell. You know, if you're a person that sells some sort of products to real estate agents, if you're hitting somebody up for business that's outside of the real estate realm, they have no interest in buying. If you're hitting somebody up that's outside of the sales realm, they have no interest in buying your CRM or whatever it is that you have that helps salespeople. There's no interest, and there's no sense in you trying to create that interest, because that doesn't make any sense time-wise, right? Because if they're not interested in what you sell, it's like, hey man, but all you got to do is go get your real estate license. Hey, all you got to do is go get a new job in sales. You're trying to build this interest, and we spend a lot of time thinking, I got somebody on the phone. I got a live one, right? That's what we say. I got a live one. And then we just try to close that live one instead of trying to find interested ones. And once you find somebody who's interested, and it's easy. There's people that hang out in forums that are interested in what you sell. There's people who have job positions that are interested in what you sell. There's people at networking events that are interested in what you sell. The problem is, most salespeople spend a lot of time talking to motherfuckers who have no interest whatsoever, and then they can't figure out why they can't sell shit. They get all depressed. They get all bent out of shape. They're like, nobody wants to buy my stuff, man. That's because you keep talking to people with no interest. Now, once somebody has an interest, now that doesn't mean that they're committed. Just because someone might be interested in hearing your pitch or might have somewhat of an inkling or a semblance of what it is that you sell that they might be interested in. It might be able to solve their problem, everything else. What happens then is you have to build desire. There has to be some desire for them to change their situation. Now, when I say desire, well, my hair is doing something special today. When I say desire, there has to be a desire for them to change their situation. There has to be a desire for them to want solutions for where they're at right now. There has to be a desire for them to want to go from the place that they're in right now to the place. There has to be a desire inside them to purchase your product for that solution. Now, your job as a salesperson, once you've discovered interest, you're supposed to build desire. You feel me? Let me get a like for that. Red balls for the Dave Chappelle fans out there. So once you've found interest, you're supposed to build desire, right? Now listen, would you rather make 300 cold calls and 297 of them tell you to fuck off, go and knock 30 doors and 29 of them tell you to fuck off, or would you rather talk to just 3 people and those 3 people be pretty damn interested and one of them buy your shit? I would rather only talk to 3 people. It's going to save me a colossal amount of time, a lot of stress, and I'm just going to get to the point. And I'm probably going to spend the rest of the day smoking or whatever it is that, you know, we do over here at the Hardcore Closer headquarters. And by the way, we went into, before I get into the rest of the formula, we went into the Hardcore Closer headquarters yesterday, and Amy's water broke all over that motherfucker. It was crazy. We walked in there, we had a 3 o'clock meeting. As soon as we walked in the front door of the colonnade, because we had to, like, we're going to do the architecture, so we're going to have them build it out. It's going to be badass, you guys. It's going to have a complete wall made out of whiteboard, dude. It's going to be awesome. And we're going to have tribe members there, Break Free Academy's there. It's going to be bad to the bone. But anyway, as soon as we walked in, Amy's water broke, man, and she's like, oh shit, Ryan, it's go time. And I'm like, okay, should we go to the hospital? Should we go to the hospital? And she's like, nah, you know what? Let's just go check out the rest of this place and get it knocked out. Damn, I'm married to a champ, y'all. Y'all don't even know. Amy's a bad motherfucker. Anyway, so we walked the place, and then we went to the hospital and had she had my son like 2 hours later. It's pretty damn cool. She's such a badass. So back to the story here. So once you've discovered interest, your job as a salesperson is to build desire, right? But then before you can close them, before you can ask for the business, you have to take 2 more steps, right? Before you've created the F, you have to take these 2 more steps. Those steps are bonding and trust. Here's the thing. We all know that salespeople buy, or not salespeople, the consumer buys from salespeople that they know, like, and trust. And so your job is to build the bonding and trust. That's what the B plus D. We have interest and desire plus bonding and trust. Excuse me. Interest and desire plus bonding and trust. So it's your job that once you've discovered interest, you've created desire, now you have to build a bond and build a trust with the prospect. A lot of people think this, you know, you have to lie to them and you have to like pretend like you like them and shit. You don't have to do any of that. You can still be yourself. I don't necessarily like everyone that I'm doing business with. You don't necessarily have to like everyone that you're doing business with. As long as they get the results, they're happy and they continue to pay, that's absolutely okay as well. But here's how you create that bonding and trust is you have empathy. Not sympathy. You don't feel sorry for a motherfucker. You understand a motherfucker's situation. There's difference. So you have empathy, and you might think, well, how do you create empathy for somebody? Well, in order to have empathy, in order to be empathetic towards someone, you have to have an understanding of their situation to where you can understand their situation. So how would you understand somebody's situation? You would ask them questions so that you can get their situation under your standing. You follow what I'm saying here. You've discovered interest, you've created desire, and now you have to ask them questions so that you can understand their situation, which creates empathy, which leads to bonding and trust. Now listen, I'm giving y'all some motherfucking sales gold. Y'all can say, oh, this is some simple shit. We all know this. But I'm giving you some fucking sales gold. Hit me with the like button, the love button, some shit. Like if you're digging this, if you're like, man, this is some deep, like easy to understand, but deeply psychological shit Ryan's getting into, hit the like button. Come on, show me some love. I know there's a little delay on the camera here by the time that it gets to Facebook land. But we got 107. These likes should be going off like crazy so that we get more people on here. So where's the love, everybody? Hit the like button. Give me the thumbs up. Come on. I'm going to get further into it. So you're going to create questions. Y'all be tripping. You're going to create questions and ask the prospect these questions so that you can understand the prospect situation so that you can have empathy for it, because people feel like if you understand their situation and you know what they're into and you give them a solution, they feel like you can be the answer to their problem. See, here's the problem. Most of the time, the salesperson jumps to conclusions, jumps to solutions, and then what happens is, even though the salesperson may understand and may be empathetic, the Prospect doesn't feel that empathy because they feel like you just jumped to conclusions and diagnosed them too fast. Like if you walked into a doctor's office and immediately you walked in, you sat down, and immediately the doctor was like, you got cancer. You'd be like, oh, motherfucker, you didn't even check my heartbeat yet. Like, hold the fuck up, dude. What are you doing here? Right? Well, it's the same thing with salespeople. It's like they immediately show up and they try to diagnose people's problem too soon, and that prospect doesn't have the semblance, doesn't have the understanding that there is empathy involved, right? They think, well, you know what, this person may be right, but they don't understand my situation, because most humans think we're special, right? Especially the motherfucking win a trophy society, right? Everybody gets a trophy society. We think we're special. So not only do you have to understand the situation, you have to understand my unique situation. That's the mindset of the prospect, my unique situation, in order to possibly help me out. When people go to Google and they look the Googly, when people go to the Googly and they look up information, they're not looking up general information nowadays. They're looking up specific information that fits and tailors them uniquely, because we all feel like we're special. So once you've discovered interest, you've created desire, you've asked questions, you've garnered empathy by creating the bonding and trust and asking questions, all of a sudden you become familiar, right? You're familiar. You're familiar with their situation. You're familiar to them. You're familiar. Let me get some likes, man. Y'all got to engage. Y'all sitting there just staring. It's too damn quiet in the classroom. Let's get some eruption going on out there. Hit the like button, damn it. If you're watching this on the replay, still hit it too, man. Give us some love so we can get some more people to see this. I feel like it's awfully quiet out there in closer land right now. Come on, you fucking savage. If you're a savage, hit the thumbs up button. And so, back to the story here. Once you've gone through these 4 steps, you've got this familiarity. You're familiar with their situation. You're familiar with their stuff and everything else. And so the key is, at that point, like, people buying from people they know, like, and trust, and somebody that you're familiar with, that you've created the bonding and trust, all of those steps have been complete, which gives you the ability to ask for the business. So think about this. Instead of just bugging random strangers, you're discovering interest, building desire, garnering bonding and trust, creating familiarity so that you can ask for the business and close them. I plus D plus B plus T, I plus D plus B plus T equals familiarity and the right to close. So think about that today. While you spend time out there while some people spend time out there trying to sell people that have no interest, they have no desire, there's no way you can bond and trust with them because there's no interest, no desire, no common ground that you can build. There's a lot of people out there trying to close those people. They're trying to make cold calls, trying to knock on doors, and it's stressful, it's a waste of time, and it's inefficient. And when I say waste of time, that doesn't mean that you may not make money from it. That just means that there's faster ways to make money. And I would rather talk to 3 qualified people than 300 unqualified people. So something for you to think about today, because look, if they don't want to buy it, there's no sense in you trying to sell it. Have a great day, y'all. Oh, make sure you head over to elevatortothetop.com. Grab my book for free. We got about 500 copies left, so y'all better get it while the getting's good. And I'm headed back to the hospital to go hang out with my son today. Later.